Hey everybody, welcome back to the Market Interest, where we talk stocks, finance, and the markets. Is Tesla back? Are they back? One might think, or one might assume, based on Elon Musk's dance moves last week, as they opened up that new Giga factory. Yeah, quite surprising. But the real question is, is now the right time to buy into Tesla? So what I want to do is dive through some of the financials here and, let's just explore and see if this is a smart investment for you. So as you can see, Tesla is up 76% in a single year. Year to date, though, that's really what we have to take a peek at. Is they got crushed, obviously, with the rest of tech, down over 10% so far year to date. But the amazing part is they have had an awesome rebound. Just this past month, they're up over 25%, which is a really good rebound. We're starting to see a lot of tech, a lot of companies in the tech sector start to rebound. Growth is coming back a little bit. I would, caution people to invest wisely because, again, multiples are still just really high right now. Speaking of multiples, if we take a look at Tesla's forward price to earnings multiple, it's about 75 at this point in time, guys, which is really, really, really high. Even an overpriced, I see tech stocks that are they have like a 30, 40 multiple, and I consider that being high. Now we're talking about a multiple that's closer to 100. That's still really steep. And keep in mind, that is their forward multiple, right? That's not their trailing 12 months. So if we take a look at their trailing 12 months, then they had a multiple. Their trailing PE is over 200. So that hurts. That really hurts to look at. I like to see a growth-oriented company have a multiple. Under 30 is okay in some points in time. Generally, we're going to see them for a really high growth-oriented company, in the 20s. But for this, it's over 200. That's just a lot. It means it's really expensive stock. But that's not always a bad thing. We have to keep in mind, hey, they just opened up a brand new Gigafactory, right? And Elon is projecting that this new Gigafactory is going to be able to produce up to 500,000 new vehicles per year. That's a lot of vehicles, which is awesome. That's something that I know Elon Musk has said himself. He was really stressing the fact that the company needs to really focus on producing more vehicles. If they're not mass producing vehicles, then they really don't stand a chance in this race. There's too many other companies that are getting involved in the EV space, and they're doing really well at the same time. The question is, all right, is Tesla a good stock to invest in now? They have so many more vehicles that they're going to be producing soon. That means more revenue is going to be generated. That's a good point. Let's take a peek at one of their earnings reports. There's a breakdown over here about the different factories that they have, where they're located, and how much they're producing. So right now they have 3 factories that are 2 in California, 1 in Shanghai, and then we just have the new one opened up in Berlin that should be producing about another 500,000. Now, let's assume Texas is going to be opening up another factory, and they're going to be able to produce another 500,000. That would be close to doubling the amount of production that the company currently has, right? Almost doubling the current production. Really big jump. And it sounds like it only takes them about like 2 years or so to build these giant factories and then start getting the production lines moving. So it's really exciting. Even with this expected production that's coming down the line, let's just make some generic assumptions here, guys. Let's say that the stock price does not move at all. The Berlin location is completely functional, producing 500,000 new vehicles. The Texas location is fully functional, producing another 500,000 vehicles. If we were to double their production, double their earnings, their price to earnings multiple is still going to be about 100, or maybe just underneath 100, but still going to be 100, guys. So that's really expensive. Just be cautious as you're investing. Based on just a generic, very, very simplified analysis, I would say, Tesla is just extremely overvalued at this time. The thing is, you have to consider some of the business prospects. And full disclosure, I have a very large holding in Tesla. They're probably like my largest holding in my entire personal portfolio. So I'm in the game. I'm there long term. I've been a very, very long term investor with this company. And I think if anybody is going to be investing, they should be focusing more on the long term with this company. Because again, the multiples just do not make sense for any type of value investor to come in and start buying the stock. Some of their ratings from Seeking Alpha, obviously the valuation is, crazy, terrible valuation. But if we look at their growth, obviously they're doing great on their growth. Their profitability is awesome. Momentum is really good. Let's take a peek at the profitability just so we have an understanding of like what they're working with here. Gross profit margin, they're a lot lower compared to the sector median. All right, so they're only at 25% versus sector median at 36%. If we jump down to their net income margin, it's fair. That's, they're doing a pretty good job in between the top line and bottom line and how they're managing that. And that's where they're getting a decent rating from their net income margin. So just over 10% there compared to the sector median, about 6.5. You can see with their CapEx grade, they've got an A+ there because they are spending a lot of money on capital expenditures, guys. As we all know, clearly they just built this huge factory, and they're not stopping from there. So they are just reinvesting a lot of cash back into the business. Elon Musk knows if he does not expand the production, if they don't produce more vehicles, they're never going to be able to catch up with the competition. But I think there's a lot of momentum going on with the company. Like they're planning ahead. Each Gigafactory going to be able to produce another, let's say, 500,000 vehicles. So if they continue that type of growth and productivity, things could be looking, really promising for them, especially in the long term. I think where Tesla actually has some really good opportunities is they're probably working on something that we have no idea. We don't have a clue that they're even working on this. They're a technology company more than they are an auto company. And I wouldn't doubt if they have some other technology that would be released within the next year, 2 years, 3 years, where it is another just complete game changer to what they're actually doing. I'd be surprised if they started adding household appliances to their product selection. You just have to think outside of the box, and that's where I think Elon is, that's his talent. That's his main thing. We all know he thinks outside of the box. In terms of running the business. Let's look at the car production worldwide and within the U.S. Just over time, and just get an idea in terms of like how much production Tesla has compared to their peers. 2021, there were about 80 million vehicles produced worldwide. Tesla produced about 1 million, let's say 1 million. So their ratio isn't that great. Elon even said himself, the company produced less than half of 1% of all vehicles worldwide. So again, it's just something that he's stressing. He knows the importance of needing to produce more in order to gain some more market share and stay competitive. So I'm going to end with that for this is a shorter analysis over Tesla, their stock, but I will continue to update with this company. I think that they're doing a lot of really cool things. I think longer term, they're a great company, some really good innovation that's happening there. Profit margins are solid. They're doing really well, and they're still expanding. They're still growing their company. The multiple is ridiculously high. So, I would caution anybody investing in the company. You really need to take a longer term time horizon with this type of company in order to seek the returns that you're probably hoping to receive. So I'd caution anybody to, just invest wisely within the company, but still a phenomenal company nonetheless. I'm going to continue to update you guys in terms of what's happening with this stock, what's happening with the company, what type of new product lines are coming out, what type of new production's coming out as well. So stay tuned with that. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, guys. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to reach out. Unfortunately, comments are disabled on YouTube, but you can jump on Facebook, just look up the market interest, and we are on there, and we can have any type of discussion on Facebook as well. So look forward to the next episode. See you guys soon.